spent in a miserable way.
U.S. news stopped with the shifting stories. Government, Northam, and Virginia's Democratic governor is in hot water, and it's not just over the racist photo recently discovered in his 1984 medical school yearbook. His handling of the photo, first unveiled by a conservative news site, features a person in blackface, flashing a grin, and another wearing the white robe and pointy hood uniform of the Ku Klux Klan. It's prominently displayed on Northam's profile page in the yearbook of Eastern Virginia Medical School the year he graduated. In the 2 days since the picture surfaced, Northam's explanations have been changing so rapidly, it's hard to keep up. First he took the Michael route. I am deeply sorry for the decision I made to appear as I did in this photo and for the hurt that decision caused then and now, he told Virginians on Friday. Then, after talking to friends and classmates, he decided that it might not be him in the picture after all. He admitted before, by Saturday, HED opted to go the fake news route and claimed that HED never even seen the damnable photo before, knew nothing about its subject and had no idea how it wound up on his profile page. That's making Northam look like a liar, a sludge and an egomaniac, which is worse, in my mind, than just copping to being a bigot when you were young. Stop with the apologies, Governor. Forget the reconciliation. Instead, just explain to us why the officer was clear to you back then. You were 25, on the way to becoming a pediatrician. And you devote a big, I recognize that we all did things when we were young that Wednesday be embarrassed to acknowledge today. But this was no benign. It's easy to fixate on the insulting blackface image, with outrage that's hashtag ready to share. Blackface has been. What's more shocking and irredeemably offensive about the yearbook photo is the image of the white-robed Ku Klux Klansman posed next to the grinning Negro. There's no ambiguity in that. The message in the act is there's a lesson in this so far. It's a reminder that political party is the measure of character. There are rogues and foes, but this goes beyond politics. And it's not enough. Everyone should be offended by a glorification of terrorists like the Ku Klux Klan. And the fact that at least the university has apologized for the racial transgression and promised self-reflection and humility. Northam owes us no less. In Virginia, what was he like back in 1984? How did he become the... I am no stranger to the South, but I am racking my brain to try to understand what would lead the young Northam to be so proud of such a racist image that it shares a yearbook space with his beloved sports car. Was he raised in all-white settings and ignorant of the message that photo would send? Was he a loner or is he a repentant racist who could teach us all something? This is not the time for forgive and forget. There's more than a bullet. Teach us something, Governor. How do you unmake a bigot? What does the inner like? If so, this might be an opportunity for the sort of dialogue that brings us all closer to understanding the legacy of racial discrimination in this country, and ultimately promotes the kind of reconciliation we desperately need.
Raindrop, drop top smoking, no cooking the hot pot. Fucking on your bitch, yeah, that. Looking up, open the park pot.